Hello, and in this video I'm making a bus terminus, and there is also a tram stop that is added on to the terminus. I got this idea from Skibbin, and when I was on his live stream on Friday, he showed us his bus terminus and it looked amazing. And it was just great. So I thought I'd give it a go. Like, his design is very different to mine. His is more of a, from what the look I got of it, it was a very, like a main bus terminus, I suppose, like a big, like the end of the line where you switch. This is a more of an in the middle of the town sort of terminus, and there's ways you can change to other buses and you can change to the tram, and it's just like the main terminus in the town, I suppose. But like I said, I was on Skibbin's live stream on Friday. It was amazing, good fun, great time, and I believe you can watch the unedited live stream on his channel. He uploads them after every time, and I'll put a link in the description so you can watch that. He's a great guy, he makes great videos. You should check him out. He's of great inspiration to me all the time, all the great stuff he makes. While recording this episode, I had massive amounts of problems with my save game and my City Skylines in general. I was getting crashes every time I opened this save, and I was getting freezes every time I managed to get the save running. And in the end, it all boiled down to two mods that were creating an issue, which was Prop It Up, which was causing the game to crash. I'm not sure why. I haven't had a problem with Prop It Up recently, but that was the mod that was causing my game to crash. It's a bit annoying because I like Prop It Up. It's a great mod, but I can't use it at the moment. Something is wrong with it. It obviously conflicts with another mod that I have, and I don't know what mod that is because it was hard enough to find the Prop It Up mod was causing the crash. So I'll have to just run without it for a while and see if, hopefully, after the DLC comes out, they'll update it and we'll fix it. Hopefully. We'll have to see. There was also another mod that was causing issues. Oh, it was the theme mixer. The theme mixer was creating errors as I loaded the game. Now, I've never had problems with the theme mixer either, so this is really very strange, and I haven't changed much of anything. All I did was tweak my main loadout, my main mod collection, and it just made it all bad. Like, I don't know what happened, but it's working now, at least. It did take me basically a whole day to fix, but I found it. And the way, if any of you are having problems with your mods, the way to find the problem is to unsubscribe from half your mods, then load the game, and if it loads fine, you know those mods are good. If it doesn't load, you half those mods again and load the game, and then you just keep doing that until you find what mod it is. So if all those mods, the first half worked, you add half of the ones above, and if those work, you add half of the ones above that, until you find out which mod is causing the confliction. And it can be several mods, and it does take time. It takes a long ass time, but you will eventually find what mod is causing it. You better hope that it's not an asset, because otherwise you'll have to go do the same thing with your assets, which that can take days. It will be impossible because there's so many assets. But hopefully, if that is an asset, usually in the error that comes up, it will tell you that it's an asset. Usually, not all the time, but I haven't had a problem yet with assets causing the game to crash. Just mods. And mods are a lot easier because you use a lot less mods than assets. Still, as it was, I think I had something like I don't know, what was it? I halved it, so 60 So I had 120. I had 120 mods. I don't think I had 120 mods. Let me go check real quick on my collection. Nah, I didn't have 120. I had 90. And then I remember, yes, because I halved it because I worked out some of them I wouldn't have a problem with loading. So I halved it from 80 to 40, and that's the way I did it. But that took all day. When did I do? I did it like Saturday morning when I woke up. Great way to spend a Saturday, I would say, fixing mods on City Skylines. What a great time it was. So I'm going to get into a bit of what I'm doing in the video, because I haven't said literally that much about it. So my idea here is, this is the area that I'm working on at the moment, is the sort of smoking area, I suppose, and I also add a bike rack here for people to store their bikes. It's just out of the way, it's easy. It was an easy thing to fill up, otherwise I didn't know what to do with it. As I was looking at bus stations, I noticed that a lot of them had pull-in stops. So the bus pulls into the station and stops, and then reverses to get out, which is not possible to do in City Skylines because the bus just drives straight and doesn't reverse. I was thinking about making a station where they pull in and stop, but then I couldn't really work out a way to get them to turn around nicely, because otherwise they would just go to the end of the road, spin in a circle very unrealistically, and it wouldn't look very great. Maybe I could get... No, it would be very difficult and very unrealistic. So this was the closest I could get. I put those buses on the side there, so they're sort of the for storage area, and maybe some lines would run out of there, but within the game there are no lines that run out of that area. They're just there for decoration. Now for the main bus terminal, I'm using a very nice asset that is also a bus terminus thing. It spawns buses, which is great because it means I don't have to wait for the buses to get here from the bus station. Because normally when you make buses, obviously they got to spawn and then they got to drive all the way to the line. But here, this is great. It says they just spawn right there, and they're on the line and they go. It makes it so much quicker to get things done. It's a great asset. And obviously all my assets and mods are in the description with links to my collections. I don't advise subscribing to all, because especially if you're trying to like run your own city, this subscribing to all my assets will ruin it. If you're starting a new game and you can run a lot of mods and assets, then yes, definitely do it. But if you can't, just look through it and pick the ones you want, the ones you feel are the best suited to what you want. That's my advice. Because even I haven't got the best PC and it's struggling massively. That's why I had to go through and clear up my old game, getting rid of all the just stuff I didn't need. But as it still goes, every day I still subscribe to like 5 things from the workshop. I don't help myself, but it's just what I do. Now, there isn't really much more to talk about than what I'm doing here. I just go through and try and build a more realistic area around the terminus and trying to make it sort of a main artery. It has some shops on one side. It has a modern building complex sort of thing that I use several buildings and stick them together because I found that the building on its own is just too small. It would be nice if there was a more low buildings in the workshop. There is a lot, and I have a lot of them, but the problem is I want to use buildings that are maybe 5 stories max, and a lot of assets are over that. A lot of great assets are over that, and I like those assets, but not for the things I'm doing at this moment. They're not suitable, because I'm making more low rise places, more inspired, I suppose, by European places where there's a lot of low rise buildings very close together, and there's a lot of modern buildings mixed in with some older ones. That's the style I'm going for my builds. But I definitely do a lot of American style stuff as well. Like my other recent video, the continuous flow intersection, very American inspired. It looks very American. For this one I was going for more of a European thing, because I know trams and buses do exist in America, but they're not as prevalent as they are in Europe and in England. Public transport is not great in America. Let's just say that. They've invested in their roads and in everyone having a car. So it's a lot of a different style. I just like doing different styles and trying different things. Like I might even try doing a Norwegian town, or some sort of town maybe on Svalbard, which is the highest permanent settlement in the world, like the most northerly, I think. So I may do something like that, but the problem is the assets aren't really there, and I may do it. We'll see. I've got a lot of other plans to do, so I don't know. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and there's about 10 minutes left of this time lapse. There's less than 10 minutes. There's about 6 minutes left of this time lapse. So I hope you enjoy the rest of it, and I will see you next time.
Skylines.